Welcome to EV Talk. My name is David Murray, and I've created this series in order to help educate and dispel myths about electric vehicles. Many experts are saying that the year 2011 is going to be the year of the electric vehicle. And that's because several manufacturers, including Nissan, General Motors, and Mitsubishi, will be introducing mass-market electric vehicles that will be able to be purchased by regular consumers at a reasonable price. I firmly believe that within the next 10 to 15 years, most vehicles on dealership lots, like new vehicles on dealership lots, will be either electric powered or plug-in hybrid at minimum. Now that's a huge change to expect to happen in the marketplace in such a short amount of time. But I want to take you back to the 1990s, and let's talk about some technologies that naysayers also said would never catch on, and yet they're commonplace today.
Other technologies that people said would never catch on. Let's start with cellular phones. People said they would never catch on with the masses because they were too expensive, not enough coverage area, batteries didn't last long enough. But despite all of that, people bought them, the price came down, the batteries got better, the coverage area increased, and now everybody has one. And most young people can't imagine what life was like before them. Here's another example, DVD players. Again, people said the same thing about them because they're too expensive. Can't record your favorite TV shows. Not enough movies available on the format. But despite that, people bought them anyway. The price came down and lots more movies started showing up. One of the things I find most ironic about this is that eventually they made DVD recorders that could record your favorite TV shows and almost nobody bought them. Turns out some features aren't as important as people thought. Now, what about digital cameras? People said they'd never sell because they were too expensive. Are we seeing a pattern here yet? The resolution is too low. You can't get prints made. They were too complex and required a computer to use them. And we all know what happened to all of those arguments. In fact, I'm using a digital camera to make this video. I'm not done yet. Here's another example. What about LCD monitors? They were too expensive. Viewing angle was too narrow, the refresh rate was too slow for games, and the contrast was too poor for photography. That was only 10 years ago. On the rare chance I actually see an old tube monitor these days, I have to do a double take. So, let's look at the main arguments against electric cars. They're too expensive. Batteries can't go far enough. Nowhere to recharge. Now, I'll be the first to tell you I don't think any of these are real problems, since I think the price is very fair, 100 miles is plenty of range, and the only place I'd ever want to recharge is my own garage. But if you happen to be one of the people concerned about any of these things, I'd say that within a few years all of these problems will go away.
Well, that's about it for this episode, but please stay tuned because I have many more coming after this.